Ogres are actually created when they convert the Kunari into Darkspawn.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. Genlocks are dwarves. Hurlocks are humans or elves, and ogres are Kunari.
And Logain is retreating. Oh wow, his betrayal was so not foreseen at all. I never would have expected that to come from the dude with black hair and big dark circles under his eyes.
They could have made him look a little less, you know, evil. I mean, the voice is kind of evil. So
I like what they do with the lights. With the, I'm not sure what the like. I feel like the lights are supposed to be torches.
I believe so.
But you never see any of these guys carrying torches, so it's a little weird.
Well, again, it could be a wizard doing it. Those could be little fireballs. Oh, look, another ogre. And one kind of wonders what the point of armor is.
Yeah. Well, I guess armor is to protect you from all the smaller guys. This is like Shadow of the Colossus on a really small scale.
And that's why Duncan's a badass.
I didn't say he wasn't a badass. I just have a better beard than him.
See, Alistair waited to do that when the ogre was pretty much dead. Duncan just straight up jumped on the guy.
Yeah. No, Duncan's more of a badass than Alistair, which is not hard.
No. I believe I've seen slightly anemic kittens that are more badass than Alistair.
Other reasons why I'm more badass than Duncan? I'm still alive. Just saying.
Well, you weren't down there.
I do like Duncan though. Like, he's an interesting, sympathetic character. For the brief time you get to they made him nice enough that you sort of like him, but that's partly only because most everybody else is a dick.
Pretty much. I mean, we've already seen what the dwarven noble thing is like, where all the dwarves are basically assholes.
Oh my god, she's combined my clothes with hers. She's taken them to study.
Back in the wilds, of course. I am Morrigan.
And yet she still hasn't figured it out.
Well, it's still in the early research stages.
Welcome, by the way.
Also, instead of a weapon, she seems to have a stick.
Do you remember Mother's rescue?
Yes.
I mean, see, other wizards have actual staffs. That is clearly just a stick that she found and declared, this is magic.
The Darkspawn won your
It
battle.
is working.
Those he abandoned were massacred.
Well, that's what happens when you have magic. You can just do that sort of thing. How is it magic? I just made it magic. That's how.
Was with you before. Yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke. I will stay and make something to eat.
You know what I always kind of wondered at this point?
What?
What happened to the chumps?
I assume that they're part of the food.
Well, probably, yeah. But
Actually, my question is, how is she going to make something to eat? This is clearly a witchery related counter.
there's.
I mean,
You've seen these fireplaces before. Either you just put the thing over top.
Where do you make the thing, though? You don't make it on your witchy counter.
Why not?
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, a little bone meal didn't hurt anyone. Except, people who eat bone meal.
Yes. I don't know where that's been.
Well, inside someone's head. Because they were skulls. And then they were out on the table.
Great.
I just assume she boils down her own heads.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden.
Or
You
sucks the
worried
flesh
too
from them
much.
herself. Either way, really.
You're alive. I thought you
Oh,
were dead
Alistair.
for sure.
You're so emo.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King.
He kind of has this
How
problem for the
does
rest
he
of the
know
game.
that? I mean, like, you could assume that, but
If it weren't for Morrigan's mother,
Duncan, for instance, is pretty good at surviving.
Do not talk about me as if I am not a
Yeah.
pleasant lad.
I mean, he was just in the deep roads for,
But what do we call you?
what, like a couple of days?
Yeah,
Name
At
varies,
least?
but
and I mean,
useless. The
I guess
chief
Flemeth
folk
could have told
call
him,
me
but
Flemeth.
again, Flemeth would have had to know a lot, which, to be fair, she might.
From the legends?
She does seem to know a lot of things.
You're the witch's
Also, she
wild
rescued you
child.
from the top of a tower,
And what does that mean? I know
Yes.
a bit of magic, and it has served you
which
both
they never
well,
do
has it
explain.
not?
I assume she just turned into something large, and then carried us away.
Yeah, she has that ability.
Age and power are relative.
Something
It
quite
depends on
large,
who
as a
is
matter of
after
fact.
it. Compared to you, yes, on both counts.
Then why didn't you save Duncan? He was our leader.
But
I
she's
am
always
sorry for
difficult
your
to get a
Duncan,
read
but
on.
Your grief must come later, in the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said.
I mean, exactly why she's doing this.
It has always been
You
the
kind
Grey
of get it
Warden's
by
duty
the end
to
of the
unite the
game
lands
with
against
Morgan's
the
whole
Blight.
plan,
Or did that change when I was
but
young?
even then,
But we were fighting the Darkspawn.
she's
The King had
enigmatic.
nearly defeated them. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he
If you watch the
believes
background, you
Blight
can
is
see all
an
the
army
cattails
he can
wiggling in this
outmaneuver.
ridiculously
Perhaps he
uniform
does not see
manner.
The evil behind it is the truth.
well, the breeze
The
is
Archdemon.
very back and forth, I guess. And always the same strength,
By ourselves?
Yes.
No Grey Warden has ever defeated
but
a
not
king
enough
without
to
the
really
army
blow
of
the
a
torches
dozen
all.
nations at his back. Not to mention,
because the
I
fire's
don't
not
know
really.
How to kill the archdemon.
Yeah, the
Going
fires are
back
straight.
and forth.
How to raise an army.
Yeah.
It seems to me those are two different questions.
It's best not to really follow these things because they're just trying to make the background not look like a painting.
I
That's
don't
fair.
know. Duncan said that the Grey Wardens
I mean, I appreciate what they're trying to do. It's just weird things that you notice when you stare at a cutscene enough times.
I suppose. Al Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
He's totally going to want to help us after what I did to his family.
Yeah. Clearly.
Clearly.
Of course, the treaties.
Thank you, Alex.
Well, you have it.
Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during the
He's always
fight.
Mr. Helpful.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Well, it sounds like an army to you, but is it actually an
So
army?
you are set then, ready to be Grey Warden.
Well, I mean, at the very least, it's 3 or 4 people.
I mean, it's bands of armed men and women.
Now, before you go,
I'm not sure that's
there is
actually
yet
an army.
one more thing I can
It's a start.
It's a rabble.
Stew is bubbling, Mother dear.
Rabble I
Should
can
we
do.
Have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving
Well,
shortly.
the rabble
and you
does
will be
work.
joining them.
somehow.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The
Best not
last
to
time
think
I
about, I
looked,
think.
you had ears.
Yeah.
Have I no say in this?
I mean, the only people with a
You have been
really
itching to get out
formalized
the wilds for
military
years.
are the
Here is your
dwarves.
chance. As for you, Wardens, consider
I thought-
this
I thought the king had an
repayment
army.
for your lives.
Not to
Kind of.
put the gift horse in the mouth,
I mean, he's got some
but
knights,
won't this add to our problems?
but he doesn't really
Out
have.
of the wilds,
It's a feudal
she's
system.
apostate.
Oh, fair enough,
Do
yeah.
not wish help from us illegal
They're
beings.
mostly like conscripts.
Perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
I mean, you can
Mother.
slap armor on them, but
This is not
But
how
they're
I wanted
conscripts.
this. I'm not
Yeah.
even ready.
You must be ready.
I mean, you start
Alone,
calling in the
these two
town
must
guards
unite
and you
for Elven
train
against the
people as much as you
Darkspawn.
can in a short
They
period of
need your
time,
word.
but you're not
Without
getting
you, they will
a lot
surely
of good out
fail,
of them.
and all will perish under the blight.
I'm sure a lot of people here have some training, if only because it seems
Understand.
everything in this world
And
tries to kill you.
Do you understand?
So
I
it's
give
just
you
one of
that
those
which I
practical things,
value
you
above
know.
all in this
Here's how you
world.
plant
I do
carrots.
this
Here's how you
because
harvest
must
corn.
succeed.
Here's how you defend yourself from an angry bear.
Here's how you defend yourself from a horde of zombies.
Here's how you
Allow
defend
me to
yourself from
get my
bandits.
things
Here's how you defend yourself from dogs. Here's how you defend yourself from etc., etc., etc.
Huh.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is
If
yours.
only.
You will regret
Oh,
saying
Morgan.
that.
Dear, sweet
No, I like her
It's
commentary,
so kind
but
to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember
She's
this moment.
interesting.
Well, I always said if you want something done, do it yourself.
I do like pairing her and Alistair off
A
whenever I
decade or
can.
two afterwards.
They play off each other very well.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says
yeah, we'll do that for a bit.
Well,
If
at the
you
very
worry
least,
that
in
I will
Lothering.
summon demons and transform into an abomination,
Actually, I really like pairing
I
her with the
assure you
dog.
I will at least
Yeah?
wait until you are not looking.
Well, the dog tries to
I
be her
feel
friend,
better
and that
already.
doesn't always go well.
Farewell, mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire.
He
I
leaves
would
her
hate to
presents.
return to a burned down hut.
Bah, 'tis far more
Presents are
likely you
nice.
will return to
Alistair
see
does that
this
for Win. He leaves her
entire
socks
area
to,
along
socks
with
to
my
mend and
hut
things like that.
swallowed up by the blight.
Yes,
All I meant
because Alistair is
Yes, I know.
basically a
You
teenage
better
boy.
have fun.
Yeah. Okay.
And to be fair, he's probably in his, what, like early 20s?
I don't know. Gather
He's
your
young.
party
Everyone's-
and venture forth. We get our first look at the map, which I really love, partly because all it shows you is the relevant areas, and so it gives you this impression of a semi-linear setup. And while you're on the way to places, you have encounters, like we're about to, as soon as the loading screen ends. I'm starting to notice these
Sometimes-
loading screens more and more.